This conference will now be recorded.
Um, so you are able to see my PPT presentation?
Yeah, yes. May I know your good name Uday, right?
Yeah, Uday.
Yeah. I seen it. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. So yesterday we discussed introduction to SAP ERP. Like what we discussed is what are different kinds of what is SAP? What makes its cutting edge over other ERPs available in the market, and why organizations prefer SAP ERP over other ERPs. And we discussed about functional and technical modules yesterday, and what each module plays and role in ERP. So today we'll discuss what is warehouse and its structure. Okay. So in SAP, the complete um, process, um, like so we have an organization. In the organization we have separate departments like finance, sales, warehouse, inventory. So we need to map the structure. So we need to map the structure. So how we map those different departments together is simply an organizational structure in SAP. Um, so so we have organization structures uh, for finance, purchasing, production, and warehouse. Okay, we have organizational units as per modules, each different modules. Okay, and today we are going to focus on extended warehouse management organization structure. So um, in EWM, organization structure defines how a warehouse facility is mapped into system to control logistics, stock movement, and storage. So here we are mapping a warehouse with other departments. Okay. So how we map and what is the organization structure we are going to discuss now. So this is the layout on a high level, how we integrate with the organization structure of EWM warehouse in specific. Um, so we have client, company code. So these comes under finance. Okay, plant, storage location, warehouse management. These comes under plant and storage location specifically falls under materials management or inventory management. So this is our warehouse management, which is ECC related, or not the advanced one. So these above org details, org structures fall under ECC system, and the below you can see the imaginary line. The below you can see EWM storage type, storage section, storage bin. So now for you it seems to be very difficult to understand what is client, what is company code, why we have again ECC, why again we have EWM, why it was differentiated. So all these details we will be discussing in the next class. Okay, we will define these org structures in system, and you will be able to understand why we have this structure. Okay, so now first let me go to definitions of each, and okay. So
Yeah, but
here,
like I have a doubt.
mm, yeah,
For
yeah.
example, in the top client company code is there, no? Same comes under EWM also, right?
Yes, Tarak, it comes
Okay.
under EWM as well, but so this client company code in the system, in the SAP system, I told you the definition, right?
Yeah.
Organization structure, what it is um, uh, so we map different modules together. Okay,
Yeah, this is like I'm understand. We need to map that location, like understand. But this like a client company code, these three like three option, it will comes under EWM or only ECC.
these comes under ECC, Tarak. Why and all we will discuss in the coming session when we are mapping in the system. The next
Okay.
session we will map in the session in the system directly. Okay, so uh, in these three, client company code falls
Wait.
under these three are fundamental, and they are in every module. I mean to say, like in sales we have in the sales org structure, these three are default. In purchasing, in the materials management or inventory management, these three are default. Even in EWM, these three are default. Okay, this client company code, these three organization elements falls under finance department.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so they are in they that's what I told the definition. So we map different uh, domains: finance, sales, IM, EWM, to accommodate our process flow for EWM processes. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. So these three falls under finance department. Plant and storage location ideally goes to materials management or inventory management, and warehouse and EWM, this comes under warehouse. Storage type, storage section, storage bin. So these and why we are separating this imaginary line, and why we are saying ECC and EWM, though we say S4 HANA is a centralized component where all these modules available in same database, but why we are having an imaginary line, will come to know in the next when we are defining in the system. You will be able to understand very much, pretty much, in the configuration part in the next session. So that's very high level, and if you want to ask any question now, you can ask now uh, on this, why this imaginary line. If you want to know, I'll try to explain. If not, we will discuss in next session.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is okay. Like I understand. Like ECC structure is upper one, like EWM is below one.
lower one, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's go
this is
to
I understand.
um, these definitions. Okay, in SAP, client refers to logical partition of SAP system that is used to separate data and configuration settings. Um, in simple terms, client refers to a logical separation of systems. So, what is logical separation of SAP systems is, so the production server will be client 100, the development server will be client 110. Okay, the quality server has a client name, client number as 120. Okay, so what it says is, suppose like uh, 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 suppose let's say Tata Group of Industries has automobile sector, and also Tata Industries contains Tata Steel. Okay, So we can suppose Tata Enterprises is also using SAP systems. So how do they differentiate their systems, whether it belongs to Tata Automobiles or Tata Steel? Because automobile manufacturing will have a different configurations and different process flow, whereas steel manufacturing has a different process and different organization elements and different configurations. So how do they differentiate? They differentiate that which system belongs to which sector of Tata Group. So based on the number, the client number. Okay. And then in the next org element, we have something called company. So company is the smallest organizational unit for which individual financial statements can be drawn up according to the relevant commercial law. So what it says, it's the smallest organizational unit which individual financial statements can be drawn up according to the relevant commercial law. So what it means, so suppose Tata Automobiles, Tata Automobile Company is operating in, let's say, India, and Tata Steels, they have Tata Automobiles, they have in India and also in Europe. In India, we follow different financial processes. Like we do have GST separate, we have separate taxes, and we have different environmental laws. And Europe has a different financial structure, and Europe has different environmental laws. So to uh, to differentiate um, the financial records and financial laws, this company plays a major role. Okay, the org element company plays a major role. And in the next level, we have company code. Okay, um, so company code, it represents the legal entity of the organization, and company code is defined as a legal entity level. Here, whatever um, whatever financial transactions that happen will be tracked under company code. Why? Because a company can consist of several company codes. So example, let's go to Tata Automobiles. So Tata Automobile Chennai plant will manufacture car frames, and Tata Gujarat will assemble it in the Gujarat location. So uh, the financial transactions that happen in different uh, locations can be mapped under company code, and the book of accounts um, can be tracked under this company code. Profit and loss account statements, balance sheet will be tracked under company code level. And then in the next argument is plant. So plant comes under inventory management. A plant, SAP defines in the SAP system, plant is defined such a way that it is used to subdivide enterprise according to a production plant, or a procurement plant, or a maintenance plant, or materials managing plant, which comes under a warehouse also. So a plant is an organizational element which subdivides enterprise according to its operations. Let's say um, let's say Tata Automobiles do production in Chennai plant and Gujarat plant. So we say that it's a Chennai plant. They do car frame manufacturing. They produce, whereas Gujarat unit assembles that. So assembling plant is in Gujarat, production plant is in Chennai. And procurement, let's say the raw materials can be procured from a different location. Let's say the procurement deals with vendors will happen in Delhi. So Delhi office can be called as a procurement plant. So maintenance, let's say we have different uh, car service centers, and again they are uh, um, if it is Tata officially operated, those service centers can be called as maintenance plant. They are again mapped under Tata Automobile Company Code. Okay. Um, so, and the next organization element is storage location. Uh, in SAP, storage location is defined as lowest organizational unit within a plant. So now I'm saying here in this top three, I'm saying that company code is the lowest org element, and here I'm saying that now storage location is the lowest organization unit. So why I am saying like that? Because when, as I mentioned, these three comes under financial module. Okay, and here these two comes under inventory department, inventory management or materials management. That's why we are saying that when defining, when trying to understand what is this plant, what is the storage location as per SAP's definition, uh, here comes the lowest organizational element. Okay, that's why I mentioned in the earlier also that organization structure itself is mapping different departments together to accommodate our process flow. Here it's EWM. Okay, to in simple ways, um, to operate our warehouse, these are the organizational elements that are required. In another word, okay, storage location in SAP is lowest organizational unit within a plant where material stocks are physically or logically separated. So what does physically? Physically means, um, let's say, raw materials, finished goods, quality inspection goods. So logically they are separated. Suppose let's say we in a shop floor there are raw materials, there are finished materials, and materials which are yet to be quality uh, need to pass through the quality inspection. So we are separating in a um, okay, we are separating like a in a rack. We have like when we go to Walmart or when we go to any other e-commerce retail store, we see that um, um, like fruits and vegetables are always at the end of the mart, and um, uh, perishables like um, shampoos or household materials will be at um, starting of the mart. So storage location, we can imagine that as a storage location, like vegetables location, storage location. So we imagine now that when I say vegetable storage location, it is at end of the mart, at the last section of the mart. So that's how we logically separate um, the products. And again, we are saying, sorry, I mean to say physically. Okay, it's physically. What is logical separation again? So in the same vegetable section, we will be having um, uh, leafy vegetables at again starting of the department, and um, leafy vegetables at starting, and some other vegetables like tomato, and which are, when exposed to air will spoil immediately, right? Those are placed at refrigerators. And also dairy products are placed under a different um, refrigerators. So a logical separation can also be possible under storage location. Hope Tarak, you are with me.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay, you are able to understand, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So we completed so far client, company, company code, plant, and storage location definitions as per SAP. Okay, these definitions which are explained are as per SAP. And now let's come to our warehouse. So here I'm not uh, separating warehouse management and EWM definition separately, but I'll explain you what are the differences, why warehouse management and why SAP EWM, which suits to our requirement. So that differentiation I'll explain after this. Okay. So the as per SAP, the EWM definition is as such is an enterprise module that tracks, controls complex material movements, storage, inventory at the specific bin level. It ensures supply chain efficiency by streamlining goods receipts, putaways, picking, and stock transfers. So in the enterprise structure, in the organization structure, so when you attend an interview, sometimes people might try to confuse you with the words like what is org structure or enterprise structure of EWM. So EWM org structure or EWM enterprise structure are same. Those terms are same. Which are these terminal? Which are these structure? Okay. So don't get confused when they say what is enterprise structure or org structure. Both are same. Okay. Um, so what does an warehouse can do? Warehouse can track complex material movements, where it is storage, which specific bin they are placed at, and supply chain efficiency by streamlining goods receipts. So suppose today, let's say we are going to receive 10 trucks. We have a schedule. So unloading in each truck, um, unloading in each truck will take around 10 minutes, let's say. Okay, 10 minutes. So we have only, let's assume that a truck is getting unloaded here in a warehouse door. So to unload, it takes 10 minutes. So we can plan accordingly. We cannot, ask the lorry drivers to stand in a line, and uh, we cannot unload all of them together, right? All the 10 vehicles. So we need to plan accordingly. So as per today's schedule, we will receive 10 different vehicles, and each vehicle can be unloaded some 1 hour, let's assume 1 hour. So we can plan. Let's say the vehicle one should come to this unloading zone at 10 a.m. and the next vehicle by 11:15, and next vehicle by 12:15. So we can schedule the vehicle unloading also. We can schedule it. That's what the streamlining goods receipts. So put away picking. These terminologies you might be heard, Tarak. So these are EWM specific or warehouse specific terminologies. Put away means uh, goods receipt means we are receiving into GR goods receipt zones, and put aways means once we unload, we keep them in the racks or we keep them in storage bins. So that is called put away, the terminology in warehouse. And picking, what is picking? Uh, to to supply, we need to pick the goods from racks. So that is called picking. And picking and goods issue are same again. Goods receipts and putaways are one part. Picking and goods issue is other part. And stock transfers. So internally in the warehouse, we need to adjust the stocks between the bins. Let's say in one bin I have 10 pieces, in other bin I have 5 pieces, in another bin I have 20 pieces, total 35. But my rack can accommodate um, 40 pieces. So we have 35 here. So all 35 pieces can be accommodated into single bin. So the stock transfers, that is called stock transfer. Uh, this can be internal stock transfer within the warehouse or between the warehouses, can also happen. So these operations are managed by EWM. So unlike basic inventory, we have I said you right. We have planned storage location. Even here, we physically and logically we can identify the materials. Okay, I explain here. So in the storage location, which comes under inventory management module, where we can physically and logical segregate. But what differentiates between IM and WM is in IM we can track total stock quantities across all the storage locations. So let's say um, in a refrigerator we have uh, Heritage, Amul, Hatson, three different dairy products. So inventory, what can inventory do? It says that we have today a total inventory of 40 milk packets, 50 milk packets, 50 curd packets. But here we are unable to identify um, like each product of companies, different company products. How many are there? I mean to say like, so 10 Hatson curd packets, 10 Heritage curd packets, 10 Amul curd packets. We cannot differentiate the count, how exactly the count is in the inventory module. Here in WM, we can differentiate the number also. And other than differentiating the number, what we can differentiate is exactly in which rack it is there. So the Hatson is at the top rack, the Amul is in the bottom. Such a way we can identify exact number of pieces available and exactly where they are available. So all these we can map here or differentiate. We can track in the warehouse. Okay. Um, Tarak, any doubt?
No, bro.
Okay. So then
Hello.
let's comes to storage type. Yeah, yeah. So a storage type is a physical or logical subdivision of a warehouse. What does it mean? Storage type, it says a physical or logical subdivision of a warehouse. Again, as we discussed here, so curds are placed, curd packets or dairy products are kept in refrigerators. So and suppose if you go to Walmart, where we can see um, certain products are placed at high racks, certain products are placed at low racks. So um, so um, to be specific, we can logically subdivide the racks again. So whether a product should go to high rack or a product should go to low rack. Such kind of subdivision we can do in a storage type. And the last but not least are storage section and storage bin. So what does a storage section at high level? Storage section is a subdivision of storage type. So in the vegetable storage location, we have storage sections like dairy products are placed at one section. Um, so fruits and vegetables are placed at one section. So the storage type is vegetable storage type or dairy vegetables, perishable storage types, and we differentiate based on the section here. Again, we know the storage bin. Um, it's an exact physical location or logical location of a product stored is the storage bin. Yeah. So that's the org structure so far. And then let's go to Tarak, you have any questions in this org structure?
No, no, no.
Yeah, thank you. So let's quickly jump to uh, a warehouse structure, how it is, and we'll try to understand the terminologies or the org structure that so far we have explained here. So a typical warehouse structure, this you are seeing here now. So in a typical warehouse, we have um, uh, receiving zones, goods receiving zones, and goods issue zones. Okay. And these are our unloading points or staging areas that we call in the warehouse. And we this is a work center. So once vehicle arrives here, we unload and we keep it in the GR zone or goods receipt zone. In the from the goods receipt zone, um, so we take it to either racks directly or to a work center. What is a work center in a warehouse? Suppose we have received mixed products. Like in a same pallet, we have received four different kind of products. So let's say we have received, let's say, rice packets, and let's say we have received perishable items like um oil and other shampoos, etc., daily usageable products. So what happens here in the work center? We unload in the staging area. Staging area is a general term. It's a general term in the warehouse where we stage the products temporarily. Temporarily, we stage the products, and we named here as goods receiving zone because we are receiving from this door and we are issuing from this door. Okay, staging area is a general term in the warehouse. So in the work center, we unpack the pallet, unpack the carton box, unpack the HU, and handling unit we unpack, and we, based on the product type, we accommodate into each storage type. Okay, and if you want to supply the product, suppose um, we want to pick rice bags, so we can easily pick from here, and the stock will be shown in the system, and system will suggest from which bin we should pick. So currently I have a stock here. I'll pick it and I'll stage here. And what I can do here, I can load into the vehicle. Okay, and the same work center can also be here. Suppose I have a loose product. I stored a loose products in these racks. Uh, Suppose they have ordered some 50 uh, rice bags in a pallet. They want to receive in a pallet. wooden pallet. So we can, again, the work center can also be here, and we can pack all the 50 into one pallet, and we can uh, issue them to the customer. So again, this is a typical warehouse layout. This is my goods receiving zone, and this is my goods issue zone, goods shipping, or we say shipping. And so this is a typical staging area where all the products are staged here. Here it is for goods issuing, here it is for goods receiving, and these are my office sections. Our warehouse manager sits here, warehouse people sits here, supervisors. And here what is happening, it's a work center where they are picking and they are uh, adjusting the boxes or pallets. And these are my rack storage types, these are called. Okay, so the difference between warehouse and EWM, in a high level, I'll go through. I'll not discuss all this. You can go through the slides. um, so we will share the slides with you. Okay, but one point I want to highlight here is, so uh, yeah, integration with other SAP modules. So warehouse management can integrate with internal or SAP ECC components such as quality system, okay, or inventory management. It can integrate finance modules, but to integrate with the third party tools like transportation management, such, or any external system, let's say Manhattan, or let's say Blue Yonder, to integrate with those systems, or advanced automated warehouses where um, instead of people operating it, robots will operate. So in those conditions, integrating this warehouse management or the old WM system with the advanced or to the current AI or to the current industry standards, this WM is very difficult to integrate. Whereas EWM, by default, it has an internal internal um, conditions where we can integrate seamlessly with other systems, other no, advanced SAP modules or any other third party tools. That's very high level. And so functionality wise, what SAP standard warehouse management can do and what SAP extended warehouse management can do. So these are uh, operations until here, until ad management. These operations can be handled under warehouse management. Again, um, the standards, even the ad management or handling unit management or standard mobile RF technology. So this has to be customized in the warehouse management. They cannot, in the standard cannot be used in the warehouse. But in EWM, the standard RF technology, storage unit management, handling unit management, ad management can be used at the standard also. They are very advanced now. And if you notice here, so uh, these are like value added services or cross docking. These all are, we are going to discuss each topic in the coming sessions. And these are the, if you notice, like around 10 to 15 or some 20 operations which are not available in the standard warehouse management, and these are available in the extended warehouse management, these functionalities. That's very high level I have explained now. With this, our session is completed. Um, Tarak,